Do you think Nick Bosa is tired, injured, uninterested? What's going on? What is going on here? I'm not saying he's not playing well, but he's not playing like Nick Bosa. He's playing like Mick Bosa.
What I see,
Vic Bosa.
I'm gonna go to like last night. Man, well, last night was hard, right? It was a long game. Then I had to drive. Then I did the live stream. Then I tried to watch the game again. Then I had to get up this morning, do the radio at 9.
When'd you go to sleep? When'd you go to sleep?
I slept between 2 and 6.
Yeah.
I told my wife, do not let me lay here. You kick me, do whatever you have to do, get me up. But so today I'll get into the game a second time and look at some of the players individually. My sense of it from watching it again last night and watching on the binoculars is that Nick Bosa drew, Grant, I would say 2, maybe 3 penalties on the Dallas offensive line for tackling him, basically holding him, tackling him, whatever you want to call it. I think there were probably 5 other instances where I actually saw him held. So I just think he's getting involved in serial holding. I still think he's pressuring the quarterback. I still think he draws the combo blocks, the chips and whatnot. He may be getting a little tired. I don't think he's dinged up. He's moving really, really well. And I think he's playing the run better in the last month than he did early in the year. So to me, I'm seeing him held a ton. And I'll say this, if they don't start calling that, I mean, if I'm Shanahan, I'm making a huge deal about that to the officials in the pregame because you got to politic and argue for those calls. This guy's the premier guy. Everybody knows it. And you can't allow other teams to just hold him and bottle him up. Dallas literally tackled him 4 times.
Figured out. I'm not moved. I'm not impressed. He's the best defensive player in the league. D'Amico Ryans has 11, a million interviews. He's the best defensive coordinator. He's the best defensive player. Figure it out. I don't know. It seems like it should be an easy fix. What do we got to do? What do we got to do for Nick Bosa to get him a sack, huh? All of a sudden we have to find ways. I mean, I don't understand what's going on here. He was the most consistent pass rusher in the league all year. Now all of a sudden he can't get a sack. Is he hurt? I think there's something going on. I think he's not right. It can't be 100%
I would
healthy.
also, I mean, I'd go back and say, the last 2 games, just the last 2, the quarterbacks are getting rid of the ball on schedule and a little bit quicker than what we saw in the second half of the year. So I think they're trying everything they can from holding to getting the ball out quick to neutralize Bosa. And let's be honest, this is the risk of pouring all your cap into your D line is that all you can run up against a Drew Brees, a Tom Brady, and Aaron Rodgers, they get it out in 2.2 seconds, and suddenly all that money's neutralized just right there. So it's kind of the name of the game when you put all your money on your defensive line.
I think it's possible that Nick Bosa wanted that sack record so bad. I mean, he was pushing so hard for the single-season sack record. He came up short. I think it's possible that he ran out of gas and that he is a little tired right now. Maybe he's a little banged up. I mean, they always say at this time of year, everyone's a little banged up, right? So everyone's a little less than 100%. But I think that record, that goal meant so much to him, and maybe he emptied the tank to get it. Maybe.
I see him on the ground a little bit more than I remember coming into this year and earlier this year. So he'll bull rush. He'll get buried down into the turf. He gets back up because he's got a great motor. But, man, keeping your feet as a defensive player is a big part about being a great defensive player. I mean, that's part of the job is you got to keep your feet.